Good morning to all. So we welcome you to the Knowledge 4.0 webinar series. And this Knowledge 4.0 webinar series is one of the unique and distinct Institute of Chennai Institute of Technology. And this Knowledge 4.0 webinar series has been successfully conducted, and it is being conducted in order to enhance the knowledge of faculty members, researchers, and student community. This Knowledge 4.0 webinar is being successful by the motivation of our management of Chennai Institute of Technology, especially from our chairman, Honorable P. Sriram, who is one of the first generation successful entrepreneur, industrialist, managing director of MK Group of Companies. So today we have Mr. Veeramani, General Manager, Design from Larsen & Toubro with us to deliver a very good expert talk, and it is our pleasure to welcome him to this excellent forum. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
And also I welcome Professor Dr. Parthiban sir. I welcome you, sir.
Welcome.
And Chennai Institute of Technology was established in the year 2010 by our Honorable Chairman P. Sriram, and today our institute is on the top second position among all other engineering colleges in Tamil Nadu. So it is our great pleasure to welcome all the participants along with our expert today. So please, now I request Dr. Parthiban sir to share and introduce about Veeramani sir.
A very good morning to one and all. I also welcome Mr. Veeramani for this webinar on the that is Unitive statue. First, I thank Mr. Veeramani for accepting our invitation and deliver the talk on the one of the important construction in the civil engineering field, that is a Statue of Unity. So Mr. Veeramani is completed his BE from Civil Engineering, Bharatiyar University, and ME from PhD Technology. He qualified through GATE and completed his ME. So he is one of the top ranker in the college. I know very well him. So he is a hard-working and very good academic achiever during his college days. So after his completion of his PG in structural engineering from PhD Technology, he started his career as a design engineer at L&T. So initially he started his career as a member of the design team. So in a hospital of 500 beds, he started his career in 1992. And then he started leading the design team in various buildings till 1999. So for example, EDRC building at L&T campus Chennai, office building for Ford India Limited Chennai, public launch building at Indira Gandhi International Airport, New Delhi. So from 1999 to 2000, he head the shop drawing and coordination team at site. There is a big hospital at Sri Satya Sai Super Speciality Hospital at Bangalore. There are 330 beds hospital. And Mr. Veeramani also coordinated in the design team as a lead at Bangalore International Airport and the Sitco Housing Complex at Mumbai from 2000 to 2002. He also head the shop drawing of Department of Electricity and Water Training Institute at Kuwait from 2002 to 2004. So 2 years worked in the foreign. So he is specifically expertise in the field of tall buildings, high-rise buildings. So in these lines, multi-purpose high tower constructed or involved by Mr. Veeramani in Chennai. So the tower height is 535 meters. So in this project, he worked from 2004 to 2006. And another in tall building at Mumbai, that is 700-meter height tall building, that is India Tower building. So there also he coordinated as a head of this building 2010 to 2011. and many other buildings 2011 to 2014. That is IT facility for TCS, Kolkata. Total built-up area is 22.5 lakh square feet, and there are many buildings such as buildings involved in it. And from 2014 to 2017, Mr. Veeramani is involved in design head and project coordinator for the Statue of Unity, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel statue, Government of Gujarat. So he is a main design and head for this project. So that's why I requested him for delivering a talk on this line. So presently he is a design head project coordinator as well as he is a engineering design general manager. So in the India International Convention and Expo Center, New Delhi. So he is having very wonderful experience in the field of design. He is also involved in the design code specification, particularly IS specification CED 38 on high-rise buildings. So apart from that, he has published many papers in the journals and conferences. So I welcome Mr. Veeramani for this webinar and also welcome for our Chennai Institute of Technology. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Parthiban. Yeah, thanks for nice introduction about me, Mr. Parthiban. I think I also thank Chennai Institute of Technology for giving me opportunity to present to this your college students and other teaching faculty and other friends also. I think this is a abnormal situation, like we are under COVID-19 and there is a lot of restriction. People are having fear, panic, and house arrest. A lot of things are happening. In spite of that, we have a nice opportunity for this presenting this wonderful project through this webinar. So we are able to reach, there is a large amount of audience. So I could able to see this around 130 people are there in this already connected. So hopefully some more will connect. Today presentation is on the world's tallest statue of Unity. I think this is one of these the biggest, tallest statue implemented in India. This is a proud moment for India as well as L&D, particularly for me also, since I was heading this design team for this gigantic mega project. We have successfully implemented. Before start sharing this presentation, Mr. Thinagaran, is you are able to see this presentation?
Yes, sir. I am able to see. You can go for slide share.
Yeah. I'll go to that. Just I want to ensure that these slides are visible. Yeah.
Fine, sir. Just you can hide the bottom one, sir. Hide. You can.
Okay. Yeah.
Fine, sir. We can go on, sir.
Now it is fine.
Fine, sir. Please, you can go.
Audio is okay.
Okay, everything is okay, sir. Please go on, sir.
Okay. So before getting into the presentation, I also want to give you this brief introduction about this project. We all know this, the India's Iron Man, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He has done like a great service to the India by unifying this small territory of Indian parts into unified India. And that's why we are enjoying like today India's new India, like right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Earlier it was like ruled by many kings and almost more than 560 states within India itself. To remember his service and for this unification of this integration into single India, to remember that Gujarat government has taken initiative to construct a statue with 182 meter tall. The 182 meter has come from this the number of assembly seats in this Gujarat. That's how they arrived this 182 meter. And also into the human scale, this statue is with Sardar real height magnified into 100 times and constructed as a 182 meter statue. So this is the tallest statue as on today on the earth. So this project has this so many components. One is like there is a receiving for the visitors to park their vehicle and take this ticket, and they'll go by this either by road or by boat. So we have one site for receiving these all visitors to park all this vehicle, and we have connecting road of almost around 6 kilometers. And there's statue site too. That houses statue as well as there's connecting bridge from the river bank to that statue. And also we have this memorial and visitors building at this river bank of this river. And also, you see, this site is identified. There's downstream of Sardar Sarovar Dam, 3.2 kilometer downstream of dam, just 3.2 kilometer. And the statue site is identified. There is a small hill at the middle of the river. And to reach the site, we have this small approach bridge, almost 250 to 300 meter long approach bridge. For this today's presentation, instead of taking into this visitors receiving and car park area and these roads, all other component I am not presenting here. I am focusing only on the statue. Since statue B is located on this hill at the middle of the river, it has a lot of challenges and logistic, construction logistic and everything. So we can have n number of webinar on this subject, the challenges, how we have mitigated, how we have come over these challenges, all the things. But however, for this interest of student community and other fronts, I'm focusing only on this engineering challenges, some of the critical aspect of it. I will focus on this only like a statue. So with that small introduction, I will get into this presentation. Okay, this is like a foundation stone laying ceremony carried out by Modi ji in this 31st October 2013, along with L.K. Advani. You can able to see this L.K. Advani along with Modi ji here. And this is another view during the inauguration day. This was happened at 31st October 2018. This foot level of this statue. So there were some function carried out during inauguration day. This is the image taken from satellite. So from satellite also this Statue of Unity is visible. So they have taken a very nice photo and presented. It is like circulated among this the internet community like this. So within inauguration of this statue, The Statue of Unity is listed out the world's 100 best place to visit in these Time magazines. They are listed out and published. This is the world 100 best place to visit. So you can able to see here there's a Sarovar Dam and the statue. This is almost just 3.2 kilometer downstream of Sardar Sarovar Dam. So you can able to see this. The river is full of water, not even full. Okay, yeah, some amount of water is flowing now. So I am also presenting here some of this, after inauguration, we are running around various places to receive these awards of this project. So you can able to see this a Global Best Project Award 2019. This some of this international award I am explaining here. Global Best Project Award 2019. That's awarded in New York, USA. And Excellence in Concrete Construction Award. That's again in American Concrete Institute, awarded in 2019, October 2019. And we have another award, this shortlisted award for the Structural Awards 2019 in this Institute of Structural Engineers UK in 2019. And some of the national award like Project of the Year by DNA Infrastructure and Construction Awards in 2018, November 2018. So we have National Project Excellence Award by PMA Awards. That's by Project Management Association India. So that is in August 2019. And we were able to see this big Project of the Year by Project Management Institute by September 2019. And Outstanding Project of the Year by the Construction Week India, September 2019. And Project Manager of the Year to Mr. Mukesh S. Rawal. So he was the project director of this Statue of Unity. So that is in September 2019 at Mumbai. So Indian Concrete Institute Award for this project in September 2019. And some more this internal like our corporate awards, like Digitally Enabled Site of the year 2017 in January 2018. And another Quality Trophy Award for this project in January 2019. These some of the awards. Still we are applying for many forums about this project. Yeah, Mr. Dinakaran, is it okay? Audible?
It is audible, sir. Please, you can go ahead, sir.
Okay, fine. So this some of this best view of this Statue of Unity. You can able to see his nice view from this river bank. This is one of the best view. This is another view from other side of the river bank to this Statue of Unity. These are one of the best view from this dam side, toward this statue. Yeah, here some of these world statues listed out here. You start from Statue of Liberty. This is 93 meters. And the Statue of Unity is 182, almost double the size of Statue of Liberty. And this Statue of Unity is constructed in 33 months on the record time. If you see this Spring Temple in China of this 153 meter, this was constructed almost like 9 to 10 years. It took 10 years to complete this project. Still, you go, there is a lot of other infrastructure still under constructions. Statue they completed, but other infrastructure is still under construction. The Statue of Unity is constructed in a record time of 33 months from the pouring of these raft foundations. Further to the Statue of Unity, so we also involved in these other statues, Chhatrapati Shivaji at Mumbai. So we have quoted and also we got the job, and Now this project is under hold due to some political reason. Maybe it will taken up in future. So that's going to be like a 212 meter from the mean sea level. So some of the features like see, as I told you, can able to see here. This is the dam here, and downstream, almost 3.2 kilometer down, we have this island hill at the middle of the river, and connecting approach bridge. And locating this like a statue with the proper footprint of this hill, itself is a challenge for us. For that, see, if you see here, whatever the data we received from this at the bidding stage, the statue is shown like this, where this red mark is there. And when we conducted some the LiDAR survey of this entire river bank and the statue, and we created the record and started looking at the hill itself, as per our survey record, it got shifted by almost 45 to 50 meters away from these original locations. That also has a lot of challenges for orienting the statue and locating it, aligning this the approach bridge with they given the proper ordinate and orientation, all the things. That was a challenge for us to carry out and conclude. As I told you, this the entire river bank, because it is not the project is not on the plain ground. It has this hill around these areas, and this dam is on upstream, and this river bank, because the dam without this the gate was under hold due to some various political reason. So during this heavy monsoon, the river used to flood, and there is a lot of erosion, and this uncontrolled river flow was there. And this we have terrific irregular river bank, and a lot of things eroded and like this. So we have conducted this LiDAR-based survey for this entire river bank of almost some 10 kilometer area. So sorry, the site is almost 10 square kilometer, including that 6 kilometer of road. But we have conducted the survey for 25 acres of the land. Site is 25 acres, but we have conducted the survey almost closer to 10 square kilometer. Data generated, and we arrived this profile of this river bank, riverbed, all the things. If you see here, so we have conducted a lot of survey for these road surveys, because the road was running along this river bank, and topographical survey for the entire this river bank, and a hydrographic survey and a riverbed survey to carry out feasibility of this like a boat navigation from this like our the hotel site to this statue site. We have conducted this very rigorous survey, all these type of different surveys. So this is like the 3D model of this LiDAR survey developed. So you could able to see this the river bank with a lot of erosion here from this whatever this the rainwater comes from this hill used to erode this even for the river bank. And the MNBC building location is identified here, just adjacent to the river. And this statue platform, this is the leveled surface identified at the middle of the river for the statue construction. So in addition to this, another challenge was there for, we have conducted the shadow analysis of this like statue at this various time. So when visitors visit, they should be able to see without any shadow on this face and body of the statue. So that's how we have done a shadow analysis of the statue over a period of time. So how this statue will be visible in the daytime for the various seasons. some of the June, September, and December time it is conducted to see whether the statue is able to see without any shadow. Otherwise, with the shadow, it will look like you cannot able to see and enjoy this every profile of the statue. And since this being this like a very sensitive topic, like the human things we are capturing and putting as to the public, it is not for a few days or few months something, it is going to be stand forever. So to take care of all this like a sensitivity of this, we have conducted this various study right from August 2014 to May 2017. Like there was just I will run through these stages. There was an image presented in this tender document. They selected the age of this Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel at the 62 age, even though he lived up to 75 years. So they selected this like an image of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel at the age of 62. That is suitable for give the character to this, the work he has done, all the things. Then to support this, I think you also can see this. There is a statue at this entrance of this Ahmedabad airport. So we have scanned that statue, and we have created the 3 feet height statue using the sculpture. Sculpture what we selected is like a Ram Sutar. He is a Padma Bhushan awardee. And further to that, taking 3 feet statue, then we have developed a 18 feet statue, converted to 18 feet. And we have put in Karamsat, that is the place, this Patel's, I think, birthplace. And we have conducted, invited these relatives and families and other people in the village for consultation. And also the same statue in 30 feet, we have put it in a vibrant Gujarat. I think the Gujarat government used to conduct some the global business meet every year as a vibrant Gujarat in the month of January. You have put it in that a forum and for the public for view and consultation and review all the things. And further to that, we have also developed 30 feet statue for this further refinement at the studio at Noida. And there is another statue, 30 feet statue installed at Badoli. This is another place in Gujarat we installed in public. And we also invited a historian, an expert on this a field to consult and take their views and opinions to consolidate all the input. And further to that, we had a presentation to PM on this image, finishes and statue orientation, studies, the shadow analysis, everything presented on June 2015. And further to that, I think JJ School of Arts is another, there's a core technical people consulted with further studies on from 2D to 3D. We developed a 3D model, digital crossover using some Autodesk facility and discussed with them for refinement. And also there is a statue at Somnath temple that also we have scanned for for comparison to study this, how this our statue looks in comparison to other statue. Then based on all this consultation and input, revised 30 feet statue is studied at that studio where this historian, so this sculpture place at Noida studio, along with the historian and experts. On this Gandhi Park, Gujarat Gandhi Nagar, we have put the real 30 feet bronze statue installed, the similar in this Gandhi Nagar. This all for the statue profiles. Further to that, so we also developed 1:5 FRP face markup, only face. Concentration on this face, eye view, lips, and the everything. And again, this same this digital face markup is reviewed by this our client and also at our 3D studio at Chennai. Then the physical markup of 1:5 FRP face markup is developed at Noida studio. And further to that, we have made this virtual reality presentation to PM with all this correction, whatever this consultation and everything, to PM on May 2017. These are this very mammoth exercise is carried out to finalize the profile and face profile and the proportionation, all the things in consultation with various experts. Some of these views on this, whatever explained. So if you see this right left corner, this is the statue at airport. There is the expert review, there is under discussion. And these various stages of this statue, 18 feet to 30 feet. I think you get able to see this in October 2016. This bronze statue is installed at Gandhinagar. That time, the Chief Minister, Gujarat Chief Minister was inaugurated. She is standing in front of the statue. And some of this markup for the fourth level is prepared in April 2017. And if you see here, how this face, I was telling this statue digital crossover is carried out from the 2D image to 3D. You see these eyes, lips, and these ears, and every fold of it, and size, the ear location, everything is verified digitally with the 3D features using this Autodesk. We have hired them for this special work. So you can see this like the 30 feet statue scan and the original photo, 2D photo, and the Somnath statue. This is what the three compared. Along with this 3D digital crossover is superimposed and check this, whether everything is fitting into the image, the ears, lips, and nose, and every part of it. You can able to see this, all the things verified, discussed, debated, and aligned for the betterment. So much of the team is entirely dedicated to ensure that everything is perfect. Some of this stages is undergone for the faces. So you can able to see this like Ram Sudhar is standing nearer to this face markup, 1:5. This is a 1:5 markup. You can able to see this, if this is expanded in 5 times, what is the height of the head itself, actual head. So you can able to see here this 1:5 scale markup. The person is standing nearby, the left side image. So from original to this, what it is refined, and the eye size, and the nose and lips and ears, and whatever these things are seen in this, every care is taken for refinement. So this is this FRP true scale markup carried out in the workshop at China. This is the real size foam markup, and you get able to see this from foam. They derived this, taken out the face element. You can able to see this with the human height. Some of the locations you can able to see how it is like that. Dinagaran, is it fine? Everything is fine? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, everything is audio, video.
Everything fine, sir. Please you can go ahead.
Okay. So further to that, we also carried out this bronze. This is the material, whatever the cladding material is, the bronze alloy. If you see here, C90300 bronze alloy. It is having this copper of 88%, tin 8%, zinc 4%. This is the alloy material. This is a natural finish. So we have done the skin without any coating or anything. So the year 1, it will be like a brown, then it will become like a dark, then green, and then become greenish in years 100 like this. If you see this year 1, 30, 50, and 100, this is what it will change in due course of time due to oxidation due to air moisture. This kind of study also is like an activated study carried out and presented to client and including PM. This is another one of the activities, such like a Mammoth height statue. Also, we want to lit during the night time. So you would able to see this light location we identified. You can able to see this the light array is coming from various spots, even 500 meters away from this the statue, so that it will reach the full height of the statue to get the uniform brightness of the statue. These some of the views. We have put it this focus light, the various intensity, and even some of things like that's what I told, 450, 500 meters away, to go get the uniform light over the without any shadow, in spite of so many projections parts over the statue body. So this is one of the view. This is during night time. With in addition to this the facade focus light. So this, you are not able to see this where this light and all source is coming, but you get able to see this statues in full very clear without any shadow. See, this statue, this outside, this skin is almost like a 23,000 square meter of metal area. That too, we have put it on this the hill surrounded areas. Maybe this hanging clouds and the lightning effect may be very critical for the statue. So that's why we have done like a lightning protection of the statue, even though this such a metal, exposed metal is there, almost 22,500 square meter. These are all connected and well earthed. So even people are touching during lightning strike also, they will not get affected. So within the fraction of second, the current will connect to the Mother Earth, so that the people inside will not get affected. This is one of these such a small issue, but it is like a high risky potential risk. We have taken extreme care connecting all these panels and earth to the Mother Earth, so that these occupant or visitors and should not get affected during this lightning strike, if at all anything lightning strike. And also in like a hot climate, if the climate ambient temperature goes up to 40, 45 something, such a large metal area, it will attract a lot of heat, and the space inside, it will the occupied entrapped air may get heated up. We have done like a CFD analysis that was showing like if entrapped air is there, and the heat may go up to 85, 90 degrees Celsius. So that means you can imagine if visitors are inside during the summer day, how they feel. So what we have done is we have created like some kind of vent at underneath, and also vent at top wherever possible location, so that it will have a natural draft, so that the air can enter below and escape at the top. So some of the wherever the fold is there underneath, we have created some kind of like a perforation wherever possible under this fold and everywhere, and created this natural air entry, so that hot air will get lifted up and go outside the hole at the ear or nose or nearer to the top head level. That kind of analysis is also carried out. So further to that, just I want to tell this, the project is designed for 15,000 visitors per day. And the viewing gallery is located at the 135 meter height chest level. The capacity of almost 2,000 visitors per day is anticipated at viewing gallery. And the earthquake resistance, designed for earthquake resistance. and wind load up to 180 km/h speed is designed. To reach this viewing gallery, we also provided 2 high-speed lift of 4 meters per second. So in each leg, one on lift to connect to from ground level to the viewing gallery level. As I told you, this is the left side photo shows that this is the hill. Because natural hill need to be cut off terrain, and we also to investigate whether the soil is or rock is suitable for putting such a gigantic statue. And also this is the zone is coming in earthquake zone 3. So we have conducted a very detailed geotechnical investigation with a lot of boreholes up to deep, more than 60-75 meter deep, and also some of the boreholes, cross boreholes, to take this the layers, underneath layers, how it is going from one to another, to critically understand this underneath layers. This photo shows that the raft, the left side photo shows that this statue raft is cast with the double bars is left for the core above. And the right side photo shows this various level, the cutting of various level for the statue structure and statue base structure. Because the hill is irregular structure, and if you see the front side, some of things we have created extended hill to house some of the base of the structures. Because this is being these monument structures, the design life anticipated is more than 100 years. And to meet this design life of 100 years, the type of material used and cover to the concrete, reinforcement, grade of steel, and all the things we have taken extreme care and identified, and whatever this durability test required to carry out, or during even construction also the necessary precautions are taken. So one example is for the wrapped concrete, we have done the pouring temperature of concrete itself lowered, adding this ice, so that the heat of hydration should not go and create unnecessary internal thermal crack. Monitor, then this entire mass is insulated with some insulation material to avoid this difference in temperature. All the things, extreme cares and all is taken. So I'm not getting into those construction related things just for otherwise we may not be able to with a short time, it's very difficult to capture everything. So the design parameter followed for this project is for seismic. The project comes under zone 3. However, we are designed for zone 4 to create additional factor of safety for 1.5. And also for the wind, as per the code, it is 39 meters per second is the wind speed. However, the project is designed for 50 meters per second to create another factor of safety. In addition to regular factor of safety, we have created another 1.71 factor. And also we have done a rigorous analysis, the stiffness of this our finite element analysis, the lower bound, upper bound, stiffness, all the things, risk analysis, so that nothing should go wrong. So that kind of analysis. Similarly for mass, lower bound and upper bound is calculated for wind analysis. This kind of risk analysis also carried out to ensure that for any reason the structures should not under risk due to extreme either seismic, wind, or any event. Because normally the code gives that wind load and other thing for regular conventional type of structures, regular profile, either square or rectangular or circular or something. For a human body like this kind of irregular shape, it's very difficult to define what kind of wind pressure coming over the structures. So we have conducted this wind tunnel study. This model is developed in 1:400 model with this surrounding environment in 5 to 6 500 meter with all bridges and surroundings, the riverbed and everything. put it in like a wind tunnel and carried out the test for every 10 degree. This is a rotating table. It can rotate at every 10 degree. The different orientation of the wind. Test is carried out for this structural loading as well as this facade. Facade means the external pressure need to be considered for designing of this all the entire skin. Some of these like various element of the statue, the foundation is M60 grade concrete and all other concrete varies from M65 to M40 is used in this project. And we have a structural seal of E350 is considered, and the bronze cladding is 8 mm thick with, as I told you, like a bronze alloy we have used. And also another important feature is that tune mass damper of 2 numbers, 200 metric ton each. It is mounted at the top level, above, closer to the top of the statue to counteract for wind and seismic. I will explain to you a little later with the picture. Yeah. This is the statue base. Yeah. Dinagaran?
Please, you can words.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, this is a statue base. This for the wrap foundation of 34 meter by 44 meter. And this base structure with the retaining wall. This is located and with reference to there's a hilltop. With the say bearing load of 150 ton per meter square. This is what we established during the geotechnical investigation. If you see that this gives that the skeleton of statue. So if you see here, this is the right side view, full view. You have wrapped bottom level plus 52.5, and there is a drum-like circular structure up to plus 83 meter. So we will call it as a drum wall. And above 83 to 110, we have lower leg, only the concrete core, 2 concrete core for each leg has 1 core. And the above that is, we call it as upper leg, and lower body, upper body, and this shoulder and head. So you can able to see this, this steel structure is not continuous for this. Why we made is on the bronze, we have some like a expansion joint at every 110 meter, 132 meter, 160 meter, and 193 meter. Because when statues sway, lean due to the lateral load, the outer skin should not act one above another. This should not get into the compression and tension. We have created the defined gap so that unnecessarily this skin will not get additional stresses. So that's why even this steel structure is not continuous. Then if you see here the lead concrete structure, the statue base up to 83 meter, we have a drum wall and the statue base is there. Above that, 2 core. After 110 meter, the 2 core is connected with the connecting wall. And above that, above 193, the chest level, where we have this this viewing gallery. Above that, again, this core is separated out. Then on top of the each core, we have this tune mass damper, small things it is there, no? Yeah. So right side viewing gallery level, this the 2 core is there, independent core, and this skin. This is the geometry of this statue, structural geometry. The left side view is this drum wall, where the 2 core is interconnected with the bigger elliptical outer core for the better rigidity. We have created this up to 83 meter level. The above 83, we have a 2 elliptical core, each core in one leg. You can find this, the core itself, we made it elliptical so that it will fit into this this angle of that Sardar Patel. It houses 1 lift, 1 fire escape staircase. That's what it is housed inside this. So the lift is moving 4 meters per second to reach from ground to viewing gallery. These are all concrete elements. Yeah. So if you see the central view, whatever we've seen, it starts from 58 meter Up to 83, there is a statue base and drum wall is there, above independent core, and it goes up to 240-meter level. This is like the project reference levels. From here, this 58-meter to 240 is 182-meter. Yeah, that's what it is there. So you can see this steel structure, how it is created, including the head portion also. We have created within the head skin. We have created the steel structures. Such a complicated orthogonal. It is a irregular pattern. That too, erecting and aligning at the space is such a big challenge for us. So this is one typical section of the statue profile. It's almost the width is 60 meter and the front elevation is 60 meter, and this depth is almost 40 meter average we have at the maximum chest level, and 2 core inside, and there is a connecting wall and connecting slab for from one core to another we can go, and there is a irregular pattern. This outer profile you can see, it is not even like orthogonal. Everywhere there is a fluidic form. So you also can see this. We have placed this tower crane inside this one of the core, and also added another tower crane outside and braced with the concrete core for erecting steel and this the skin. And erecting and removing this the tower crane itself is a big challenge. So some of the photos you can see the left side how the core is going up with like the formwork with the multiple cranes to feeding this either concrete or this formwork and other thing. The right side you can see this some of this bronze element is already erected, and further the steel work and everything is going up. The parallel it was happening. This is the level at viewing gallery, 193-meter level. You can see this 2 core, and there is a platform connecting. Either side you can able to see this. People can able to see outside such a large glazing area. If you see this any other the statue at China, it has a small slit opening, but we have created this very large opening. To those who are getting into this viewing gallery, able to see this surrounding hill and as well as the dam and everything. Either front side as well as the rear side also, we have created this such a nice largest viewing glazing areas. See this some of the views. We also created this. This is like the skin jolly. So right side, if you see this, there is a glazing. Air conditioning area is inside. So we have created this the exterior atmospheric feeling. So if you come here, you also can able to see this outside air and everything. You can able to see that kind of outdoor environment also we created at 193-meter level. And also you can see the left side, this jolly what we have created, this is a human viewing level, eye level, we have created a bigger jolly. And when top and bottom, we have made it like reduced size so that it will merge with this outer skin. So that obviously you will not get noticed in the chest level, because it's not create in the human body, it's not create another like a whole kind of things or something like that. We have taken a lot of care and we have created a mock-up for this jolly for visual aspect, and nicely done. This is one of these the greatest things in any of the statue, such a large area for people to see outside. It is created very nicely. All other statue has very small vent for looking outside. Yeah. So hardly you can notice from ground. You cannot notice this viewing galleries there at chest level. We have done extreme steps to camouflage with within this outer skin. So as I told you, this the bronze area is almost 22,500. It is equivalent to almost 3.2 times of football play area. You can imagine. So that a large area. It is all cast in like a panel size of micro panel size of 1.83 by 2 meter. On these 8 to 9 panels grouped together as a macro panel, attached with backside steel frame to handle and assembled one above another. Also, I'll show you. Yeah. I also will tell you we have done a lot of tests to conduct, validate the quality of bronze and other thing to ensure that the quality is consistent, because this is like a very sensitive material, alloy material with 8 mm thick, and also it is cast on sand casting. So a lot of sensitivity is attached. So you can see right side this is a plain panel, the left side is like you see this the waistcoat pattern also it is embedded into the panel, so that it will match with this the real cloth texture and everything. The center one is the test sample from the bronze alloy for this carrying out various tests, tensile, all the things test. So we also conducted this like because this is a new material with irregular pattern with different support arrangements. We have conducted this test, the full scale test, but to study this for this behavior of the skin, internal support arrangement and everything at China. So this is this panelization of this entire body of this statue. It has almost 550 panels, macro panels of size 5.5 by 6 meter, and cast panel is 1.83 by 2. So almost each macro panel has 9 micro panels. So you can imagine macro panel is almost 550 numbers, average size of 5.5 to 6. This was his entire, the panelization is done on the statue. If you see, this is the front side. So front, rear side and back side and everything. So even the face, how it is getting divided and assembled, all the things you can see here. As I told you, this micro panel and macro panel, this is one macro panel of size. It is connected with like turnbuckle arrangements like this. This is the skin, turnbuckle arrangement. You have backup steel frame. So this is the one panel. It is like made into pieces like this. This is what the location, the interface of the top cloth to bottom. This is identified like that. Yeah. So you can see this the skin with like a turnbuckle arrangement of this some prop, then the structural steel base. Yeah. So you can see here this closer view. This is a bronze panel. There is support, turnbuckle arrangement to adjust this prop, and the steel frame inside. And also you can notice here this junction between two panels is having some return with like sealant is applied here with the backer rod, so that the water will not enter inside this statue. Yeah. As I told you, this is one ring of this panel. What is that we have done is, first this bronze micro panel assembled into macro panel, and with the prop support and steel frame assembled, and assembled at the ground with all the survey marking and everything assembled, whether it's fitting or not, all the things checked at the yard itself before lifting and erected in positions. You can see here, this is a on-field assembling this. So each macro panel, you can able to see here each macro panel aligned adjacent to each other with the actual profile of this statue and checked and verified for alignment. If there is anything modification is required, so that carried out at the ground level itself, and alignment is done. After that, one after another, lifted and transported and erected in position. Yeah. As I told you something else, yeah, we have done 2 numbers of like tune mass dampers. Each is 200 tons. It is mounted at this just below the head level, or the top of this core wall. So this is like a hanging mass. This system is tuned with this like a statue natural frequency, so that when statue, due to lateral load, if statue started swinging on one direction, the hanging mass will swing on opposite direction, so that this will act like a counteracting to natural loads. That's how this tune mass damper is designed. The 2 numbers over each core, one is designed and installed to control this floor vibration, human comfort, and give additional safety to the structures. The right side is the model, left side is the actual installation at site. Within this steel frame, you can see these all top steel frames around this. This gray color is a tune mass damper with that own steel frame. The hung mass is at the center. Yeah. So in addition to that, we have installed a lot of like a triaxial accelerometer, the temperature monitoring instrumentation, then digital inclinometer, and surface mounted strain gauges to monitor the behavior of the structures. Yeah, just a minute. Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, I'm middle of things. I accepted 12:30, sir. We'll have it. Okay, correct. Hello.
No issues, sir.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, sir. Some important call has come. Just I need to.
No,
okay. So we also done a lot of instrumentation in the statue to monitor this statue behavior during this all wind and seismic events. That's connected to central server, and it is monitored, and they can understand what is the level of deformation, stress levels, if there are anything abnormalities happening. All the things can be monitored. So you can see here this is the river bank, and see the top of it. On the river bank we have this the visitors and memorial building, and the river bank is also like carried out with the hydraulic study and provided with the river bank protection, so that the erosion can be avoided. So you can see the in progress work in these photos. In addition to all of the wind load and actual loads, we also studied some of things like accident load like bomb blast, aircraft impact, for small aircraft impact. All these studies carried out for this how safe this our structure. For this kind of accidental load also we have studied and discussed internally with the client and other thing. How our system is resilient to these kind of accidental loads. Yeah, these are some of the construction stage photos. You can see this, the left corner is terracing level of the statue base, and this some of the core in progress, and the core is in midway at this left side corner, and this the steel work is just initiated at the base level. On some of the other photos where the lower level bronze panel is started erecting it, and the steel progress, and some of these the progress views of the statue. Yeah, this some more additional works carried out. So right side bottom, if you see this bronze is erected up to the neck level. You see here, this closer view of this photo shows that bronze with the steel. So just you can see this how the steel is coming out of this for the head, the actual human body. So these are all nodes. They have like the supporting platforms for checking, welding, and other thing. Otherwise, it is only steel frames. Yeah. Some more construction photos with this the statue with multiple views. So the top right side corner, you can able to see this is the statue foot level with the human. There is a workers at the one side. So what is the height of this foot? And you can see this the nail detail. There is the fingers, and also you can see the chapel with this what kind of the minute detailing is done. You can imagine. Yeah, so already I shown this kind of the panels assembled at the ground level with the multiple zones. This some other further views the panel. The right side is jolly is erected here, and this fingers, the hand fingers and all is seen. There's the views at the statue base, inside view. This is a model 1:5 face model is kept inside this statue base. This is what I was telling. This is another site, Shrestha Bharat Bhavan site. This is the hotel, 3-star hotel facility, along with the car park and other facilities there, ticket counter and everything. This is some of the interior views of this hotel. So with this, I am closing this presentation. I also have this one small 7 minutes video. Can I run now, or is there any question and answer session? Is there?
Sir, primarily, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. Just we were wondering how this much analysis would be done for this thing. So we have learned a lot from this. Simply by seeing a statue, so a lot of analysis have been done. So thank you so much for your these things. And first of all, I congratulate you for your wonderful contribution to the world of these things. And thank you, sir.
10 minutes.
So let us have some questions.
Yeah. Okay. I have some 7 minutes video. Can I run it now, or after question and session answers?
Please, you can. Please, you can.
Yeah. Dinaran, is it coming?
"71 years into independence, despite the obstacles in its way, India has clearly chosen the path of unity. When the British left India, there were 565 princely states with the option of joining India, Pakistan, or remaining independent. The mammoth task of integrating each princely state with the dominion of India fell upon the shoulders of one man, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, our first Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister. He made the impossible possible. History called him the Iron Man of India, the great unifier. Fittingly, his birthday on 31st October is marked as Rashtriya Ekta Divas. It has been a long-standing dream of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, to pay tribute to the great Sardar Patel.
एक तिरंगे झंडे के नीचे हिंदुस्तान देख रहे हैं, उसका श्रेय सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल को जाता।
On 31st October 2013, Shri Narendra Modi, the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, laid the foundation for the tallest statue in the world, the Statue of Unity. In keeping with its ethos, L&T took up the challenge head-on. Located on Sadhu Bed, 3.2 kilometers from the Sardar Sarovar Dam on the Narmada, the Statue of Unity is an unparalleled confluence of engineering and art. Although L&T had successfully completed a plethora of prestigious projects, including power plants and commercial complexes, a structure of such scale was one of a kind. The honor of sculpting Sardar Patel's likeness went to Padma Bhushan awardee Shri Ram Suthar. The first challenge was to select an apt pose and expression to do justice to him. Although L&T's role was that of an EPC contractor, they still took active interest in the selection process. Extensive discussions with historians and experts ensued. After sifting through thousands of photographs, the team was unanimous in how the statue should look. Shri Ram Suthar created sculptures in varying sizes, holding every detail again and again. The latest 3D scanning techniques and computer-controlled production ensured accurate reproduction of minute details. Immense statues the world over have a broad base to achieve structural stability. Sardar Patel's statue was slated to be the tallest ever, and the greatest task was to achieve the design. His dhoti needed to end above the ankle. He is in a walking stance, thus the feet were not parallelly aligned. The assertive stride meant a gap between the feet, but the L&T team was equal to the task. Operations commenced in 2013 with exhaustive surveys of the land, riverbed, river, and wind. This was followed by critical engineering design, a test of L&T's experience and technical capability. In such a remote location, planning and logistics would be the key to all the operations. The Loha campaign was launched in earnest with a view to employing used implements donated by farmers around the country as a symbolic tribute. This iron forms the steel rebar in the raft foundation, a homage to the Iron Man of India. A reinforced concrete core, created with critical concreting methods, gave the structure a stable base. This would support the primary and secondary steel trussing. The bronze plates then covered the entire structure, forming the sculpture. Locally available sandstone and Baswara marble has also been used. Besides the statue, other key elements like the memorial and visitor center, main access bridge, bridges and roads were made to precision. The Shresth Bharat Bhavan is a 3-star facility for the tourists and guests. To bring socio-economic development to the region, students and vendors from nearby villages and towns were also trained for the project, thereby generating ample employment. The ultra-modern BIM technology for the design and project monitoring brought synchrony between the team and 30 consultants globally. The statue houses two 200-ton suspended tuned mass dampers to make it stable enough to withstand violent winds plus seismic activity. L&T created macro panel assemblies on site for the smaller micro panel bronze castings. This ensured speed and seamless assembly. Every plate was unique and RFID tagged and bolted in its place. As work progressed at blazing speed, the engineered structure transformed and the statue began to take shape. Designers, engineers, Experts, specialists, and workers from different parts of India have toiled night and day in a united effort unto one goal: the Statue of Unity, colossal enough to remind future generations of his epochal contribution, a structure as enduring as the vision of modern Indian nationhood. As Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel himself said, mankind without unity is not a strength. Only when harmonized by unity does it become a spiritual power.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And sir, shall we take a few questions, sir?
Yes, please.
First, sir, can you explain what are the geophysical tests have been considered for this one?
Geophysical.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So actually, we have we have identified or even appointed geologists for the project from our side, as well as from client side. They appointed one geologist to study this geology of the hill formation, what kind of layers and everything. There was a rigorous study conducted on this geological aspect of this hill formation itself, and they done like carried out what kind of this source, what is the life of this hill formation, the history of this hill formation, why that hill is existing at the middle of the river. All these studies carried out with whatever detailed analysis, their own requirement, and sample collected and test carried out. We have discussion, debate, and concluded this suitability of that site itself.
Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Fine, yeah. Sir, thank you, sir. This is one of the different sessions we had.
Yeah.
So, just as I said earlier, just we were wondering how this much could be talked by only on stage too. So, lot of analysis you have done, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. We would like to have you in some other webinars. And thank you, sir. Thank you. We'll meet in some other webinars. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks to this CIT for giving me the opportunity to present it. I think this is one of this like a lifetime project for me as well as for L&D.
Great, sir. Great, sir.
Yeah. We are very proud to present it like a student community and these faculties.
Yes, sir.
So thanks for inviting me and giving me the opportunity.
Yes, sir. I congratulate once again for you and L&T for carrying out this project. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. I can sign out now.